What's up, YouTube community? It's Yemi here again from SWINGTRADE, and welcome to another video. And this video is so special to me because, if you haven't taken any loss this year and this is the first time you're taking a loss, it's so special that you have to review it with the community to see and learn and understand what they can do to achieve that consistent result at the same time to deal with making your first loss of the year, because this is the point where most traders, after a very long streak of wins and they make a loss, this is the point where they get destabilized. So I want you guys to sit back and relax and just enjoy this video like every other video. Thank you. Okay, welcome back, SWINGTRADE community. Before I start this video, I want to say thank you so much to everyone that has reached out to me through mail, Telegram, Instagram, in one way or the other on how my context has helped them become profitable. And not just profitable, but consistently profitable, right? It's a big difference. And I really see so many of this mail, I can't even reply everything. And it just humbles me to know that the content that we started putting out of boredom became so impactful without us showing cars, hours, material things, just like many of those guys do it. And I mean, no disrespect, but SwingTrade FX is built around just pure knowledge, right? It's a home where if you want to learn everything about Forex trading, you gotta be, right? We are not here for the flashy things. And I'm really so happy and glad to see that many people have gotten their way, to becoming profitable, right? It's really so humbling. Like, I can't just post every of the single reviews that we get every day. I receive hundreds of messages, and it really just humbles me and makes me want to do more. And I want to give a special shout out to every single traders and members of the free Telegram, SwingTrade Telegram community. You guys rock. That's where I put out all my trade ideas, at least many of them, not all of them, that I trade. And I love to talk about psychology. I love to encourage traders. And we created this free platform where every member can join and just interact with one another. So what we're building, as it has really just become something really huge, where a lot of people find solace in, especially struggling traders. They find their way in there. They communicate with all the traders in all transparency. And it's just been so beautiful. And shout out to the scammers that are also impersonating us. Please, I want you guys to be also careful, because I would never text you first. Okay, if anybody texts you first as SwingTrade FX, please ignore that, right? It's a lot of people scamming us, and scamming people using our brand page. And please you have to be careful. Every link that directs to our community and platform are really just in the link in every videos that we post. And again, I have to repeat, I will never text you first. Okay. And I wanted to say shout out also to every student who took our bootcamp 2.0, the last bootcamp that took place last year. We've recorded more than 95% success rates with all the traders in attendees, right? And this really means a lot to me personally. Just ability to just put out this information about trading in simple terms, in the most uncomplicated version of it, and people are able to assimilate. People from different understanding range are able to assimilate. It means so much to me, and it makes me want to reinforce myself to put out more and do more. And yes, I must say that we are also, if you are in the bootcamp 2.0 and you've become profitable, definitely I want to congratulate you. And I want to say we have the bootcamp 3.0. It's going to be happening in less than 2 weeks. About May 7 or night. So the bootcamp 3.0 is more of a deeper version of the 2.0. In the market, there's always something to learn, as you can see on your screen. Go to seller.co/SwingTradeFX bootcamp 3.0. You are going to be able to read what to expect. If you're in any country in the world, you're able to join us, in USD. We have it in $99.99, and in any other currency you want to, join it from the world, and everything is all available, right? We've gotten a lot of testimonies from the Bootcamp 2.0. Honestly, I'm not even trying to be specific and, just talk about ourselves, but the result speaks for itself. You can see the topics that we're going to cover. The syllabus is crazy. I remember I was freaking out creating the syllabus because what you guys will expect is crazy. If you think the Bootcamp 2.0 simplifies trading and equips you with the strategies for you to make consistent profit in the market, you've not seen 3.0, right? And the bootcamp series based on request and demand is going to keep going on. We're still going to have subsequent bootcamps 4.0, 5.0, 6.0. The truth about the Forex market is it's a continuous stream of learning. As much as a stream of income, is a continuous, stream of learning where you have to learn every now and then, right? I've been 8 years plus in the market and I still learn every day. So it becomes my responsibility to share things for you in different perspective, in different words, in different terms, in different outlooks, right? In different faces, how to see the market and make the market simple. Like I always say, the market is really simple. You just need specific knowledge to understand it. So these are the topics. You could go through the topic. I'm not going to go through them. You could go through the topic by yourself. It's going to be 3 days course outline. And honestly, it's going to produce some of the best traders in this industry, right? Shout out to every other person doing it out there. But I have to tell you, right, a lot of people are just out there to, get people to just be dependent on them. And that's what makes a difference. And Swing Trade FX, we do not train traders to be dependent on us, but we train traders to depend on their skill that they're going to acquire through us and just make a better use of it for their lives. So let's get to the trading. Now, this is a very beautiful week. That week was the first week of this year that I went into a losing week. I made a loss, and I only took one trade this week, which ended in a loss. And I haven't had no loss, not just for this year, but way back since last year. There's never been any week I closed and lost, which is very fascinating for me. For me, and it's really a humble thing for me, right? Most of our trades, closes in for the past 3 weeks. I think most of my trade has closed in, I either break even in 30% or 40%, but this is the first actual loss that I'm going to be having. And it's really just nothing to be to be ashamed of. You are only ashamed of your losses if you don't make profits, right? But when you make enough profits and you're solid with your knowledge of things, it's always good to talk about it. And most people shy away to talk about their losses because they've created this pseudo standard, this false standard that they do not make no loss. I could tell you for free that nobody goes without making a loss in the Forex market, right? Now, the duration of your winning streak might be different. Like I said, I didn't make no loss in no week in December, November, October last year. It's been a long time coming. And sometimes when you have this long streak of winning, you can almost see yourself as invincible, right? It happens to most of us, right? The Forex market is so psychological. So first of all, I'm going to touch up on how I got this set up and how my winning psychology really interfered without me knowing from a subconscious point of view with my trade, on how I secure this loss. And I'm just going to touch up on a little bit of things that is going to help you guys. It's going to educate you guys as you guys grow in your Forex trading journey. So the first things first is let us look into this trade and how I got about this trade, right? GJ, as you all know, is the only pair trade. And GJ has been quite interesting. I knew GJ was going to the all-time high. I've seen it way before. I've analyzed with some of my students about the direction, but not the specifics of entry, right? So, but then, the market, as you all know, the characteristic and the innate nature of the market doesn't just move on a straight line. You know, the market moves, it makes retracement, and continue to move. This is the true nature of the market, right? So your ability to be able to take the move, ability to be able to identify the retracement and also take advantage of the retracement and identify the point where the retracement or the exhaustion might be ending for you to get into the next phase of move is what makes you a good trader. At the end of the day, this is all we do. Right, so let's get into how I got about this trade, and let's have an overview of what the market is doing on the GJ market. So let's go to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, the GJ is giving us a very interesting outlook. You know, I've seen this with some of my students, and I made mention that the market might be making a move of you know, equal level of move up on the retracement, AB equals to CD for people who know that, right, at some point. But now we do not know the specific of the movement. Will the market make a move? Will it make an exhaustion at some point? Will it continue to make a move? Then, you know, break that and continue to make a move to the monthly, you know, highs. And I think 2014 highs or something like that, right? So we got into this into the market this week. I believe strongly that the market was somewhere around this point, right? The market was in this consolidation, but most people exaggerate it when the market get into consolidation, right? People will really exaggerate when the market is really lagging and consolidating. And people who don't have an outlook of the money time frame analysis and ability to see things from the bigger time frame so as to make do with it on the smaller time frame, right? We knew that the market was on an uptrend. We knew the market was on an uptrend when it's all said and done, right? Because the market has been moving on a series of highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows, and highs and lows, and the market hasn't broken this low. And we know for sure that if the market received any momentum right here where it was consolidating, the market most definitely is going to the uptrend. But while the market is moving to the uptrend, we want to be able to come to the lower time frame and take advantage of like the pullbacks before the market moves. And that was what I tried to trade this week. So coming to the 4 hours time frame, right? The overview of the market is making a move to the upside. Definitely expect that the market is making a push to the upside. At some point, it might have to make a retracement, but the market, I believe, is hitting a sensitive area, right? You can see right here, I identify it right here. The market is going to come to the sensitive area. And let's see what the market do with that, right? Will the market reject? Obviously, at some point, the market is going to retrace because after a long phase of push, there's going to be an exhaustion. But that's not what we want to talk about right here. We want to review the trade, right? So the markets, after the market picked up right at this point, right, the market came right here to bounce off the 61.8 Fibonacci level, which is also a significant area of resist of support, right? Area of support where the market has been eaten, right? And the market make the first push to the upside, right? I remember that while the market was here, we're able to take some sell to this point, you know, last week. And this week, you know, we've just stayed out of the market and try to see what the market is going to do. And the market picked up this level, right, and broke this level, changed the structure in, and started to move to the upside. So we identify this level that the market breaks, and usually when the market break a level like this, you know, the market needs to come back and, you know, give us an exhaustion before it finally starts to move on that phase of move. So this was my expectation this week, right? And being my expectation this week, there's a psychological environment I love to stay whenever you find me in a market like this. Yes, I know the trend is going up. The confirmation has been given to me. The moment the market got off the hook and broke that level, we definitely knew what the market was going to do. But then we want to be able to take advantage of the exhaustion. We want to be able to take advantage of the exhaustion where the market makes a move back, you know, perhaps, you know, touch this trend line and, you know, actually make a move back. So that was our expectation, right? However, there's a mental environment I love to stay in, which I encourage everyone to stay in, which is the purpose of why you're watching this video, to be able to learn what, you know, I could have done, right? Is that there's a difference between your expectation and the reality of the market. Now, between your expectation and the reality of what the market does is what I call the objectivity gap. The objectivity gap is the mental frame you must stay in. Why? Which means ability to have your expectations. That's number one, but ability to also work in sync with the flow of the market, so that you can be able to see what the market does. So it becomes very easy for you and to flexibly read the information of the market for what it is and make decision over that. That is what I call the objectivity gap, right? Oh, put it down and don't forget that, right? This is the reason why many traders, even though the market is giving them clear information on what they should do and what they should find easy to do, they don't see this. Why? Because they are so clouded with their expectation. They are so clouded with the expectations that they want the market to do. They want the market to do whatever they had a setup. They feel entitled, to the movement of the market, that the market has to do what they had analyzed. And usually most of these things happens to actually profitable traders, not even, a beginner's trader, because as a profitable traders, you are now being shaped by your strategy, your buyers, and it comes from a place of confidence, right? So the confidence creates so much expectation of what the market should do. However, you're leaving the fact that the market could choose what it wants to do, right? So within that gap is the objectivity gap, right? So clearly this week I wasn't in the objectivity gap. Clearly this week. So on the 1 hour time frame, the moment the market got to this point, okay, I begin to see exhaustion coming to the market, right? And I remember, I had a session with some of our students, and we had a setup, and I was looking at the situation whereby when the market gets to we saw when the market was making us pull back, and I remember mentioning that it wasn't a good time for a sell. But I said if the market make a move to this level and give us an entry, then we might be selling back to this previous area of resistance right here, which is coincidentally around the third touch of the trend line. Then perhaps we might be finding this move to this level, then we can break higher. That was my expectation. So I was so certain of the expectations that and this is a subconscious game, right? Even it happens to the very best of us, right? Where you have those expectations, and because you've seen this many times, 100 times, and you expect the market to do exactly that. So that was what I was on about. So what did I do? The moment I realized that this is the point where the exhaustion could be taking place, then I went to the lower time frame. So I always go wait. I make sure I wait on the 1 hour time frame, then I go to the lower time frame to take action. So I came to the 15 minutes time frame, as you can see. So when I got to the 15 minutes time frame, I saw the market was up. I had my low right around this point right here, and I had my trend line right at this point. So I had the market hit this level. At some point, it gave me a touch, a free touch of the trend line. You know how I go about the trend line. This is the first touch. This is the second touch, and I have some sort of third touch right here. So let me make that more clearer. So I had first touch right here, second touch, third touch right here. And you know how I do things, I wait for the break of structure, right? So the break of structure right here, the market gave me a low, so I waited for the break of structure right here. The moment I got the break of structure on this candlestick right here, the moment I got the break of structure on that candlestick right here, I got into the market. And almost 1 hour later, the market moved against me, and it hit my stop loss to go target the level we had anticipated that the market might be going, and even broke it, and now moving towards the monthly level. So what is the lesson here? The lesson here is very simple. The market is not much of what you do on the chart, but more of how you think about what is happening on the chart. Please listen to these again. The market is not about what you do on the chart, but it's more of how you think about what is happening on the chart. So your ability to be able to plan to your setup, and at the same time be objective enough to understand that the market could do anything, right? So in hindsight, when I looked at this, right, I saw what the market did, and I saw that, okay, the market moved like this and came to give us a first touch and came to give us a second touch right here before the market start to move, then break right here. then before the market starts to move. Now, what did I see in hindsight? I saw in hindsight that, first of all, the kind of change of structure I trade was not insane. I do not, for people who attended my boot camp, you know about the change of structure. The change of structure that I consider valid and high probability are the one whereby the second phase of sellers price the market higher before breaking, not pricing, the change of structure lower, right? So I saw that, number one, that happened, right? And this is not supposed to be so, right? But then, because I saw the third touch of the trend line, aligned together, I just got into it, which is so very wrong. So just that little mistake was what made the difference, right? Because my expectation was way higher, right, than me focusing on being objective on what the market, can be doing or could do, right? So I underestimated the fact that the market could do what it wants to do and focus more on my expectations, right? Well, some people might say, it's an unavoidable loss. But for me, I love to keep accountability because my goal is to be better than I was yesterday, right? Even though I've been many years in the game, my goal every day is to be better than I was yesterday. So I love to keep accountability and I take full responsibility for all trades I pick. I look for areas, even to the tiniest details, right? Because those are what helps me to optimize my strategy and, increase my winning rates to be even way more, right? So when you have been in the market for a long time, you've had winnings for, the whole year, weeks in, week out, there are these tendencies for you to maybe just not focus on what really matters, right? So this whole year, or week in, week out, I've had winning trades, right? Winning weeks every single week so far, so good since the year started. About 16 weeks now. So this is the first week where I was only able to find a trade setup and I made a loss on it. So what are my lessons to myself, which I want you guys to learn from? Make sure that your pre-market your pre-market routine is duly observed, right? Check your mindset. Check if you're trading out of excitement. Check if you're being overconfident. Check if your objectivity gap is in play. Like I said, most of what you do in the market is not about what you do on the chart. It's about how you position yourself mentally to respond, not react to whatever the market has to say or what the market has to do or information the market could have done, right? If I'd done my due diligence, I might not have been in this trade at all. I'm just going to let last week pass. I'm just going to let, this week pass, then I would be looking forward to, maybe the market giving me like an exhaustion when it gets to this stop, and, I'll try to explore the trade opportunities that are there. So this is how, you are able to review your trade, you are able to reinforce your confidence, and you are able to accept your loss gracefully and graciously. I feel no need to get into the market next week to revenge for my trade. It's really totally counterproductive. But I feel every need to go back on the chart to see what I've done wrong, even to the tiniest details, right? Who would have expected that the tiniest details, like having how the market price before it changes the market, would have gotten me a loss, right? Nobody does, right? But now that I know about it, I put it down on my journal and I would not make that same mistake this new week. So this is, just a real life experience of a professional trader, right? Many of you guys, after the week, you dump your charts, you're looking for the next setup. You don't even take time to look at what had happened last week. Look at it from the context of the daily time frame. Look at it from the context of the 4 hours time frame, 1 hour time frame, right? And just write things down. That is how you are able to improve. So this video is more of reviewing my loss and giving you guys a psychological hint on how you can be able to optimize your trading and just understand that nobody's above losses, right? You could be a millionaire today and lose everything tomorrow if you do not take the right steps, right? The market is not irrespective of anyone. The market will give you whatever you give to it. It's a mirror of what is in your psychological state, right? So remember, treat the market with respect, right? Don't feel too overconfident. Don't feel egocentric, right? And believe me, losses are part of the game. The purpose of loss is to wake you up into what you know how to do so that you can do it with much more clarity, with much more diligence, right? So don't shy away from your loss. Always accept your loss gracefully, learn from it, and take it into the next trade and improve yourself. So thank you guys so much. And you can check the link of the boot camp, upcoming boot camp. It's gonna be the greatest yet, right? You can get the link of the boot camp from the link in the description. It's pinned to the comment section as well. You can reach out to us if you want to join our one-on-one mentorship program. If you're really ready to take your trading to the next level, please, you can join in. And I wish you guys the very best as you move into the new week. Make sure you take your weekend to rest and just review your trades and prepare for the new week. Thank you guys so much. And next week, let's see if we're gonna have to drop a new educative content, not reviewing the chart content. God bless you guys and have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you.